Have you ever felt tired because success was coming too slowly? Have you ever worked hard but saw no results? Many people stop too early because they think waiting is useless. But sometimes, patience is a secret that changes everything. Today's story is about a young man who learned the true power of patience. Stay until the end, because this simple lesson may change the way you think about life. In a small, quiet village, there lived a young man named Daniel. He lived with his parents in a tiny house near a river. Daniel had many dreams. He wanted success, money, and a better future. But there was one big problem in his life. He hated waiting. He wanted everything immediately. If something took too long, he quickly became angry and disappointed. One morning, Daniel saw an old farmer working in a field. The farmer was planting seeds slowly and calmly. Daniel walked to him and asked, "Why are you smiling? This work looks difficult and slow." The old farmer laughed softly and said, "Life is slow sometimes, but slow does not mean bad." Daniel looked confused. Then he asked, "How long will these seeds take to grow?" The farmer answered, "Many months." Daniel immediately shook his head and said, "That is far too long. I could never wait that much." The old farmer smiled and continued working quietly. But Daniel could not stop thinking about those words. The next morning, he decided to plant seed behind his own house. He wanted to prove that the old farmer was wrong. Every day, he watered the seeds carefully. On the first day, nothing happened. On the second day, still nothing changed. After 1 week, Daniel became frustrated and shouted, "These seeds are useless." His mother came outside and asked him what happened. Daniel replied angrily, "I work every day, but nothing grows." His mother smiled gently and said, "Nature teaches us patience." But Daniel did not listen. The next morning, he dug one seed out of the ground because he wanted to check if it was growing. The seed looked the same, and Daniel became even more disappointed. Later that day, the old farmer visited Daniel's house. He looked at the garden and immediately understood the problem. "You dug the seed out, didn't you?" he asked calmly. Daniel nodded slowly. Then the old farmer sat beside him and said, "If you keep digging the seed out every day, it will never grow. Patience means trusting the process even when you cannot see results." Those words stayed in Daniel's mind all night. He started thinking about his life and suddenly realized something important. Every time life became difficult or slow, he quit. He quit learning guitar after 2 weeks. He quit exercising after 1 month. He quit reading books because progress felt too slow. For the first time, Daniel understood that the problem was not the world. The problem was his impatience. The next day, Daniel made a new decision. This time, he promised himself that he would continue no matter how slow the results were. Every morning, he watered the seeds quietly and calmly. He stopped checking the soil every hour. He stopped complaining and started focusing on small daily progress instead. Days passed, then weeks passed. Still nothing appeared from the ground. But Daniel did not quit this time. Slowly, something inside him began to change. He became calmer and stronger. He started helping his parents more often. He woke up early in the mornings and spent less time complaining about life. One evening, after many long weeks, Daniel walked into the garden and suddenly stopped. A tiny green plant was finally coming out of the soil. Daniel's eyes became wide with surprise and happiness. "It finally grew," he whispered softly. He immediately called his parents outside. His mother smiled proudly, and his father said, "Now you understand the value of patience." The little plant continued growing every day. Months later, it became a strong young tree. During that time, Daniel changed too. He became patient in every part of his life. When learning became difficult, he stayed calm. When success was slow, he continued working hard. When people laughed at his dreams, he ignored them and kept moving forward. Years later, Daniel started a small food business using the trees he planted. At first, the business was very small. But Daniel remembered the lesson of patience. So he continued step by step without giving up. Slowly, more customers came, more trees grew, and more successful. After many years, Daniel became one of the most successful men in the village. One day, a young boy visited him and asked, "How did you become successful?" Daniel smiled warmly and pointed at a large apple tree near his house. "When I was young," he said, "I almost destroyed my future because I could not wait." The boy listened carefully while Daniel continued. "This tree taught me everything. Great things take time." Daniel looked at the sky and smiled peacefully. He finally understood the truth about life. Patience is not weakness. Patience is strength. Patient people continue moving forward when others give up. A patient student becomes smart. A patient worker becomes successful. A patient dreamer reaches goals that other people never reach. Many people fail not because they are weak or untalented. They fail because they stop too early. Sometimes success is only one more step away, but impatient people never see the reward. So if your life feels slow right now, do not lose hope. Maybe your tree is still growing under the sun. You cannot see it yet, but that does not mean nothing is happening. Keep learning, keep improving, and keep moving forward. Small progress every day becomes something powerful in the future. And always remember this, the strongest trees grow slowly. Thank you so much for watching this story. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more simple and inspiring English stories. See you in the next video.